Hello, everybody. Is anybody here yet? Hi. Long time no see. Yeah. And I have Theo behind me on the windowsill. And it is a hot day here in Southern Ohio, and the air conditioning is out. But hey, what can you do, right? A little bit each day. Try to work towards our goals. Hey, Hook and Ball of Yarn. Hi, how are you? How have you been? So are you, if I remember correctly, you're homeschooled, is that correct? So are you done with school for the year, or do you work through the summer? How does that go? Hey, Linda. Yeah, I've missed you too. I've missed all of you so much. So yeah, here I am. So sorry, the lighting, is what it is. So maybe I should turn on another light. Hey, Jane. Hi. Thanks for coming. And can you see Theo there behind me? Theo, the fat cat, on the windowsill, enjoying the fresh air. Hello. So tell me, everybody, how are you doing? And then I'll give you an update on me. I'm going to turn on a light and see if that helps with the lighting at all. Just one moment. Natural lighting is always the best, but you get what you get. So yeah, Theo, he's a cutie pie. I was worried about him. So in the middle of the night last night, I couldn't find him, and I realized that I hadn't seen him in a few hours, and I got worried that he had gotten closed in a room or something. So I had to get up at 2 a.m. and go searching for the cat, because doesn't everybody do that? So I went around and all the rooms and made sure he wasn't behind any closed doors, and then he just magically came out from somewhere. So I don't know where he was, but I was worried that he had been like closed in a room and was stuck. But I wasn't hearing him like meow or bang on the door or anything. So he must have been loose somewhere. He just wasn't with me where he belongs. And Hobie is around here somewhere. And it kind of makes me nervous that I don't know where at the moment, because I don't know where he is. Hobie! So we'll see if we can find him. He's a little bit more independent than the last time I saw you guys. It's been about a month since I've seen you. And yeah, there he is. He's on the floor over here chewing on a chew toy. I'm not going to bother him since he seems relatively happy at the moment. He has calmed down just a little bit. And so that is a really good thing, because he's been a crazy puppy. He's about 9 months old now, I think. And he's finally like settling into life a little bit. And he went on a car ride with me a little while ago to drop Patrick off at the pool with a friend. And so, yeah, he likes the car rides now. I took him for a run yesterday at the park with my best running friend, Lisa. And there was a couple times on the loop that he just decided he'd had enough, and he flopped down in the grass and said, no more. It's like, no, we're not done yet. You need to keep moving. Mostly I wanted to keep him moving so that he would sleep well. And he did the rest of the day. So that's good. So tell me about your crochet plans. Hey, Patricia, good to hear from you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay, so I took an impromptu break from YouTube. I didn't plan on it, but my stepdad got very sick. So things got a little crazy. So he was married to my mom before my mom died. And so after my mom died, I've stayed in touch with him because he was really good to me and I love him. So I keep in touch with him. Hey, Janet, hello. Yeah. So thanks so much for coming. So my stepdad, it's a long story. It's a long, long story. He lives like an hour and 20 minutes away from me. And I'm I have an older brother, but he's not as connected to my stepdad as I am. And then my stepdad has 2 daughters who are younger than me who live in Florida. So my stepdad, a few years ago, got tongue cancer. And he was never a smoker or a chew doer or anything. So bizarre that he would get tongue cancer. Well, he got tongue cancer, and that was really awful. And the radiation damaged his jaw bones, And then we had to have like bones taken out of his leg and put into his face. I mean, just awful. So September, he had a big surgery to try and reconstruct what the cancer treatments had damaged. So, and he was supposed to be in the hospital for like 11 days and he never came out of the hospital. So here we were like May, April, and he still was like getting pneumonia and stuff. Anyway, they put him into hospice. And so my stepsisters flew up and my brother came in, and like we were spending as much time with my stepdad as possible. Of course, my stepdad had since remarried. And so his wife, Glenda, hi Glenda, if you're here, was with him, and that's wonderful. So anyway, it was really crazy. So then they decided that he was too well for hospice, but he was home, and we, so we had to just scramble. So and to be fair, my stepsisters scrambled more than I did. Like I did the best I could, but I'm like back and forth working an hour and a half away from home, and they flew up from Florida, and it was a lot. So anyway, long story short, my stepfather is out of hospice and is now back in a nursing rehab center where he is working on getting stronger. And I had never heard of someone getting out of hospice, but he did. So wonderful. And then in the meantime, that was the same weekend of, or the same 2 weeks of the Flying Pig Marathon, which is my like favorite race weekend of the year. And I ran like 4 races that weekend, and I was super busy. And then Mother's Day was the week after that. And then Mara graduated from high school this past Tuesday. Monday night was baccalaureate mass for graduation, and then Tuesday night was graduation, and then she turned 18 on Friday. And then, gosh, what is today? Today's Monday. And Saturday, she left. She went to Seoul, South Korea. So everybody, thank you. Remember how a while ago I did like the yarn sales and stuff, raising money for her trip? Well, thank you so much. She is there now. She's doing amazing. I got to show you some pictures. She's doing so great. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen lots of pictures of Mara with her graduation. And I'm just so proud. And she's done really great. And so she arrived in South Korea I guess it was yesterday morning. It was like 4 a.m. our time, Sunday morning, that she arrived in Seoul, South Korea. And she has done a fantastic job. She said she was able to speak to customs in Korean, and she was able to, where's the graduation pictures? Okay. She was able to talk to her host mom. So here's my girl, me and my girl, her high school graduation. Yeah. And so good, so exciting. So good to have good things happen. It's good to have good things happen, my girl. So she is in Seoul, South Korea now. And then here's my husband and Mara and my son, Patrick, our son, Patrick, the 3 of them. So exciting. And behind them is that big blue and white building is a building my husband happened to work on. So that's exciting. Anyway, so, so she's off to South Korea and she's doing amazing. And she was telling me all about her first day of classes in South Korea and how she had to ride the subway and buy a subway card and get around the city, and just amazing good stuff happening for her. And I'm so proud and excited for her. But yeah, it's been a little bit busy. And then I've been busy at work, and I wanted to find you another photo. Where's another photo? Okay, so she arrived in South Korea, and there she is with her buddy. She's in the light colored shirt. That's Mara and her new friend, Frederica from the Netherlands. So there are no people from the United States on this trip except for her. And her and Frederica and one other girl, the 3 girls, are living at a homestay placement for the month. And then they travel by subway to school, and they are going to school for 3 weeks before she comes home. So Frederica does not speak English much. And the girl from Japan, I don't know if she speaks English, but they're all supposed to be speaking Korean together. And the homestay mom only speaks Korean. And so they're doing really well. Hey, Sharon, hi. Hey, Janet. Yes, and Jane, totally. Yeah, my plate is full, but it's okay. We're getting there. We're moving forward. So anyway, long story short, the girl from the Netherlands speaks some French, and Mara speaks French very, very, very well. She speaks French very, very well. And then the girl from Japan, I don't know what she speaks, but Mara speaks some Japanese, so that works really well. And then her first day of school, she tested, I guess they have like 9 levels, like level 1 to level 9 of Korean language competency, and Mara scored a 7, essentially. So she's in the high group, which is so exciting because she's been studying Korean for a while, and I'm so glad that she's actually picking it up because she doesn't have many like Korean people to speak with here in the United States to practice. So that's really exciting. So anyway, long story, you guys have totally supported her and me, and I'm so grateful. And so during all of this craziness with my stepdad being sick and him doing a little bit better, and I'm so grateful for that, and getting Mara through graduation and getting her off to Seoul, South Korea has been really good, and I'm really thrilled. And so I can breathe today. So today I can breathe. So that is why I'm finally back. So Tom and I, my husband and I, were able to speak to Mara for about an hour this morning, from 4 in the morning to 5 in the morning. That's when we got to speak with her. So we woke up at 4 to talk with her, and she's doing well. And so now that Patrick just has Hobie, I hear him crying upstairs. Hobie. Hopefully he's not stuck. Patrick just has a few exams, one tomorrow, Tuesday. He doesn't have anything on Wednesday, and then one exam on Thursday, and then he's done for the year because he's exempt from his other exams. And then he leaves Friday for a Mediterranean cruise with one of his buddies and his parents. So we'll be doing this all over again next week. But I feel safer about that because he'll be with adults that we love and trust. So that'll be okay. But Mara totally, like, we dropped her off at the airport and she was gone, so come on, buddy, come on. So she had to navigate immigration and customs and flying Korean Airlines all by herself. And she did fantastically. And I'm so, so, so proud. So anyway, I'm getting a chance to breathe now for the first time in 6 weeks or more. So thank you so much for your patience. So crochet wise, what's going on was I always have big plans, and then, life happens. So I was working on the pink, blue, and gray scarf, and that is still in process, but I have set it aside for a little bit. I did take that with me to the nursing home and then hospice care and stuff with my stepdad. And so I did do a few stitches on it, but not really a whole lot. So it's okay. The scarf is okay. It's a good, I don't know what you would call it, just time spender. It's a good no-brainer kind of scarf. It's not really hard. It's linked double crochets, and I'm not following a pattern. I'm just improvising as I go. And so I did do a little video on how to do it, and I intend to write the pattern, but then I don't, this is what happens with creative people. Like, I've kind of lost interest in it. Like, it's not as exciting as it was in the beginning. So now, hello. So now I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to write the pattern down, or distraction for sure. Absolutely. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and continue to write the pattern down, or if I'm just going to not. I don't know. So you have to kind of go with your creativity. And so I'll see what I feel like doing. But that scarf is in process. And then I had this grand idea to make a wrap for a cowl for Mara's homestay mom. So when you guys were in on that discussion on what I should give to the homestay mom as a thank you gift for hosting my daughter, and they did say a traditional gift is something handmade, so I was thrilled about that, of course. And then I hope it was appropriate. I did also buy her a really pretty sunflower necklace. And so I thought that was really pretty, and hopefully she likes it. So between the two items, and then of course I wrote a nice thank you note for having her host my daughter, and my appreciation. So hopefully, I didn't even, when I talked to Mara this morning early, I was so busy just hearing like her adventure with like getting on the bus or getting on the subway and that kind of thing, that I forgot to ask her if she even gave the gift to her host mom yet. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully she liked it. Anyway, back to the point. So I was going to make her a cowl, and then I just got distracted with life. So what I did was I found one of my very, very favorite new designs that I have not worn or used yet. And it's like a triangular motif purple shawlette, so very textured. And so I really love that one, and I thought, well, maybe she'll really love it too. So I gave her that, and so hopefully she likes it. Now it is summer in Seoul and it's pretty hot, so she's not going to be wearing a shawlette anytime soon, but hopefully the handmade item will be appreciated or respected there. So I appreciate it. And let's see. So crochet wise, I was gonna make something for the homestay mom, and then it didn't happen. So I gave her one of my prized ones instead. And then my next thing is Mara's off to college blanket. So we had been talking about that a while ago, using Marley Bird's Chic Sheep yarn for Red Heart, by Marley Bird for Red Heart. And so this is the color VIP, and this color, and then the cream, and we're doing granny squares, if you remember correctly. And so I have the box here of ones that we have done. So here's just an easy modification on a granny square, and I'm calling it the mosaic row. So it's like granny square, and then the final row is a little bit different. And so this is the first square, and then Mara and I both have been making all the other squares. She's been doing rounds 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've been adding the 6th round for her because she's more of a advanced beginner stitcher, and so she's doing most of the stitching, and then I was doing the final round. Oh, I did the middles. I did the middles, and then she did rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I added round 6. And so we've got a pretty good healthy stack here of squares going on, but we still have a lot to go. And I don't think she took any yarn with her on her trip, just because, we're like trying to save on space, and she needed to take a month's worth of clothes, you know how that goes. So I'm going to work on that while she is away. And that's my project for now. And it's a mess here, Mara girl, with her long hair everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to be working on her blanket while she's away, and then hopefully I'll have a healthy start to that. Looks like she was working on a couple here, so she certainly has done a lot, and so I'm going to just keep working on it. And then what else is going on? So otherwise, crochet wise, so here's some middles that I did for her ahead of time, and then her bag where she was going to put the white on next. So I will help her out and do a little bit more. I don't think she'll mind. Then the other things, okay, the book is still happening. So that's a long story. Yeah, does Korea have yarn? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I don't know if they have this yarn for her to continue, and she didn't pack any of this yarn for this project. Maybe if she went yarn shopping, that'd be a nice fun gift for her to bring home from mom, don't you think? I think so. I think that would be great. So the book is still going. I think I had told you all a while ago that the company who's publishing my book, F&W, who owns Interweave Crochet, Interweave, who they own Interweave Crochet. So F&W, Interweave Crochet Magazine. My book is being published by F&W, and it'll have the Interweave impact on it. Hobie, it's all right. Be nice. Cats and dogs. Cats and dogs. He's chasing after me. Hey, leave it. Sorry. It's like toddlers. It's like having toddlers. Anyway, so they filed bankruptcy. And so I keep getting more and more paperwork in the mail, like every couple days, of the filings that Interweave Crochet is filing for bankruptcy and all of the court stuff going on. And they keep sending me papers saying how much they owe me. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'll ever see $1 of it. I don't even know. I have no idea. So we're just going to keep plugging away. So I have a book signing scheduled for July the 13th here in Ohio, in Cincinnati. And they pushed the publication date to August. So it had been July, and then it was August. And I'm like, I've got a book signing scheduled in July. And it's their Silk Road Textiles anniversary party weekend. So it's not like they can change the date. It's their anniversary. It is what it is. So I wasn't supposed to get the books until after that, because the book is supposed to publish in August. And I was like, well, what do I do? Well, my editor came through for me, and she has got, I guess the books literally take a slow boat from China. Like they're printed in China and then they ride a boat here. And so it takes a while. So she apparently was able to contact them and ask them to just ship a certain number of books that I can take with me to the book signing in July. So if you are here anywhere near, Southern Ohio, Cincinnati area, July 12th and 13th, I forget which day it is specifically, I'll be signing books at Silk Road Textiles, and those will be Belthurst books. I also hope to do a live stream on here with you all of when I open the book. And so you can see that with me, that when I get to see it for the first time. And so I will be getting some books in advance for that. Now, all of you who have said that you'd like a signed copy from me and got listed as the first 30 people, you're all still secure. I still have all your names and your information. And then when those books come in, I will be contacting all of you to see if you're still interested. And if you buy them, great. And if you don't, then I'll go down on the waiting list and fill in the spots until all of those signed copies are distributed. So that should be fun. So the point is, the book is happening. It is still happening. It's a little bit behind schedule, not from anybody's fault that I'm aware of. I don't know why it's behind schedule, but it's been pushed about a month, and we're gonna go with it. So I don't know if I'll ever see another dime from it. I don't know if I'll profit from the sale of the book or not, but I want you all to have fun with it and see it. So we'll push it anyway. we'll promote it. I'll promote it anyway, just in case. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to share it with you, and I hope you still join me with it. I don't know if it's been promoted yet, but I had a design that I did for Marley Bird's Chic Sheep yarn. And so I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but I made that a while ago. March, maybe? I don't even know. I've totally lost track of time. Anyway, I know that it's been edited. I know because I got to see the editing of it before they released it. And I don't know if it has been released or not, is the point. So it is a child's vest, sweater vest. And so if you guys have seen that, that'd be great. If you, I don't know if it's been published or not yet. So keep an eye out for that. So other good things that are happening in the crochet world. Well, lots of things are just happening in the crochet world for sure. So Inner Weave filed for bankruptcy. Spin Right, who owns Lily, Peaches and Cream, Peyton's Yarn, Barnett, Yarn Inspirations. They bought Coates and Clark, who owns Red Heart. Okay, that all happened. Who else sold? A couple yarn stores have gone under or closed. Lots of people are retiring. A lot of the Coates and Clark team has been let go. The Red Heart team has been let go in North America. Couple key people are making moves from one company to a next. It's a very, very transitional time in the yarn industry right now. And it'll be really interesting to see like how it all shakes out and like what people end up doing. And so since I don't know what's going on, I might as well do my own thing, right? That's the plan. So you can still catch me here, mostly on YouTube. I do want to send out a newsletter soon to kind of get you all up to speed in writing so that you have it to read back. And I do want to do the retreat this fall. Bridget was helping me kind of think through that, and I have not thought through that again since in the last month since everything has been going on, but I'm ready to kind of think through that again some more. Yeah, Janet, you heard that about Coates and Clark. Is it true they were bought by Yarn Inspirations? Yes. So Yarn Inspirations is owned by Spin Right. And so Spin Right is the parent company, and they own Peyton's, Bernat, Lily Sugar and Cream. Yarn Inspirations is kind of like the website marketing piece. And so they oversee all of that, and they just bought Red Heart. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Red Heart, frankly, because their key yarns are like Simply Soft was one of their major yarns for Karen yarns. That's the other one. So Spin Right also owned Karen yarns, Bernat, Peyton, Lily Sugar and Cream, all of that. And they just bought Red Heart. So they have some yarns that are kind of similar. So it doesn't really make sense to like keep all the lines of yarns when I assume that they're going to consolidate in some way. We are already hearing that designers are out of work. So Red Heart used to employ a lot, not employ, but contract buy designs from a lot of different people, including myself. And so we are hearing through the grapevine that Spin Right, Yarn Inspirations, Karen, that group is no longer going to do that. They have in-house employee designers, and they are not going to contract out any design work from now on. So it appears that a lot of the independent designers like myself will no longer have an outlet to sell our work like we used to with Red Heart. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Will Red Heart sell yarn half off? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even know if they'll get rid of yarn or if they will. I mean, if they'll get rid of some lines of yarn. People love Super Fit Saver, and they love like, what's the other newer one? Sorry, my mind is blanking. I want to say Perfect Match, but that's not right. What is it? It's like super soft, or it's Red Heart Super Saver, but it's the soft yarn. I forget what it's called. It's probably just called soft yarn, and I'm forgetting. But I don't know what they're going to do. They're not telling anybody, and I don't know if they know what they're going to do. But keep an eye out for, With Love. Yes, Jane. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. It's called With Love. is their other soft version of Super Saver. So I don't know if they'll keep those or not, because Peyton's has yarn, Bernat has yarn, like Simply Soft is yarn. So like I don't know which lines of yarn they will keep and which ones they will just get rid of because it's a duplication. So I have no idea what's going on. But if I hear any rumors, I'll let you know. In the meantime, yeah, keep an eye on sales for sure. And I don't know I just don't know what's happening with any of the Red Heart lines of yarn. So, and since they're not going to be hiring independent designers anymore, I don't know like where designers are going to go to sell their stuff. I mean, Lion Brand still buys some stuff, I think, from designers, but they have traditionally not given credit to designers in terms of like who designed what. So I don't know if that has changed over time. I kind of lost track of what they do. I don't really work for them much. So we shall see. We shall see how this all shakes down. So hopefully it's good for you all, the consumer. Hopefully it all works in your favor. The good thing is with my book, One Skein Crochet, you know, you can take the one skeins that you have left of yarns in your yarn stash and make something good, not just little coffee cozies, but actual full-size projects out of solid balls of yarn. So we shall see what happens. Every couple of days I get like super inspired to work on something crochet, and then I haven't had time to do it. So as much as I am missing Mara terribly, like I really could use some downtime from after everything. And Patrick is going to be gone, leaving on Friday too, and then it'll just be me and Tom at home for 2 weeks until Patrick comes back. So I'm hoping to get a lot done while they are away and kind of recharge my own batteries after this last busyness of the last 6 weeks or so, and work on Mara's off to college blanket. It would be really nice. Oh, I know what I want to do. There's another book review I want to do for Karen Hooley's. I forget the title of it now. It's like Pineapple Passion or Perfect Pineapples or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. I have let you down. But I haven't even looked at her book yet, but I have it. And so I want to look through that and do a video for you, doing a review of her book. So that's on my to-do list. Theo, he barely fits in there. And so any other requests I'm willing to take. I do have a list somewhere of different ideas that you guys have sent me along the way. So I will go back to my list and see if I can make you some more tutorial videos on lots of things. I'd really like to do more edgings for you and more Tunisian stitches for you. And then the retreat. So the retreat, Bridget and I started talking about, she and I kind of planning in the background about what we would do for a retreat if people were at all interested in coming here in Southern Ohio. And thank you, Janet. I appreciate it. So, hey, and anybody who's here, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. And then, please be active in live chat as much as you feel like you want to. That's great. So Bridget and I were kind of brainstorming the whole retreat idea. And so I've been brainstorming like the end-ish of October, like the 25th, 26th, 27th, something like that of October. And hey, Chris, good to see you. And so that's still kind of my hope, is to find a way to get that together. But now that I've kind of lost a month, I'm a little worried about that. Excuse me. Adele, hello. Yes, glad you caught me live too. You want to say hi? Thank you. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Thank you. Hey, Bridget. Yeah, I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? So I was just talking about how the retreat has been kind of on the back of my mind the last month, 6 weeks or so, while I've been dealing with other stuff. And now it's back. I'm back to trying to figure it out, and hopefully that end of October will be a good weekend. And I guess the next step And Bridget's going to probably keep me on my toes here, which I very much appreciate. Like the next step is trying to figure out like how big is this event? Like, is it small enough that we can rent a home and have a cozy setting, or is it a little bit bigger to where we need like a hotel type setting? Because if we got like we rented a house, then it would only have so many bedrooms, and I don't know about people sharing and strangers like sharing space, and that's not always what people feel comfortable with. And I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, and I want everybody to have enough room and to have as much privacy as they want. So and since I don't, and I can't really like ask people to plunk down a deposit to get numbers when I don't even really know exactly what's going to be happening, and you don't know what you would be putting your deposit down for. So that doesn't seem really fair either. So this is the very much the first year kind of like, how's this going to go kind of thing. And then we will learn from it and decide to go from there. So Bridget, I'm kind of leaning towards just doing the hotel thing. The problem with the hotel thing is it is more expensive, but then people have privacy, and I can be more flexible about how many people, just so that we can accommodate as many people as want to participate within reason. But if we got like a house and there was only room for 10 people, then maybe that would be a good. My Libra is showing here. It's like, but on the other hand, if we only had 10 people, then you could use you guys as guinea pigs and kind of really learn from the experience so that we could do something different the next time. So, thank you everybody for the thumbs up. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you for responding to that call for action. So I don't know what's going to happen yet. I'm hoping that we will have a convergence of people here in Cincinnati, October like 25th, 26th, 27th, that, so then people can come and go as they want. You can show up on Friday night and stay and leave on Sunday, or you can do your own thing. There is a hotel downtown that has a bar and a restaurant in it. So not only do they have like a meeting space, but then there could be some flexibility with that. It's not as close. Well, I guess it's fairly close, as close to the airport as where I am, but I'll price it out a little bit and see what I can figure out. And then my plan is to do a field trip to Silk Road Textiles, teach myself at least 2 classes, and then do a lot of informal time. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking, and we'll just continue to work on it and hope that we can make it a fun, relaxing, enjoyable learning experience for as many people as possible. So that's kind of the plan. Some people have asked me if it's going to be good for beginner crocheters, and I don't know. I mean, I think probably because most of you follow me or watch me here on YouTube, that you already crochet and that you already have a certain basic skill level, and anything that you're new to, you kind of can watch my videos on here. So I don't really want to do a class that's like extreme beginners. Because I think that most of you all who would be interested in traveling for a crochet experience would already know some of the basics. So I'm looking more toward an intermediate level class and adding in some instruction for those of you who are kind of very, very, very proficient to have some fun with it too. So we'll see. Well, I need to figure out what kind of classes you guys are interested in. I know that I've discussed it before and you guys threw out some ideas, so I need to look back at my notes about what you would be interested in. You guys really seem to eat up the Tunisian tutorials. You really seem to love Tunisian crochet tutorials, so I'm sure I'll do something with Tunisian crochet at some point during that weekend for those of you who are interested in that. Anyone, okay, Bridget is saying anyone who is just beginning will still learn, and those who are more advanced can help out. Absolutely. Janet says, it sounds great. I hope I can make it. Yes. Will I be at CGOA this summer in New Hampshire? No, I will not. Not this year. maybe in the fall, I will think about proposing classes to teach in summer of 2020. So let's see, let me wrap my head around that a little bit and see if I could, in the past, I think I proposed classes just 1 year and that didn't happen. I have taught there for Professional Development Day and like special speakers, and I emceed the fashion show and stuff, but I've not really done a course load there. I don't know that I mean, usually they want you to teach like 6 classes of 3 hours each. It's a lot of time they want you to dedicate, and I'm not sure that I want to commit to that extent of teaching. But and in terms of just going to visit, I haven't been able to justify the business expense since I'm no longer working for the magazine or the TV show. So I've not planned to make the trip yet. So maybe next year, maybe this fall, you all can remind me to get my ducks in a row to propose some classes to do the CGOA, Crochet Guild of America's annual conference that's in summer every year. Because last year I was on the committee that chose the classes. I was the chairperson of that committee. So was it for the 2018? Yeah, it would have been the 2018 lineup of classes that I was part of the team for. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. It'll be really interesting to see what happens in the next year with the crochet industry, the yarn industry as a whole, with the bankruptcies and the sales and the shifting of people and stuff. So we will see what happens. And I still have a major project coming up with another friend of mine. I forget what I told you and what I didn't tell you, but yeah, there's still at least one more project, and she has been extremely patient with me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jesus, for real, thank you, has the attitude that when the timing is right, it will work out. And so she's been really wonderfully patient with me since the timing has been really hard for me the past several months. And so I hope this summer to really get back on that major project and get that progressing. That will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So anybody want to tell me what you're working on? It's too hot to crochet today. Oh my gosh. So our air conditioning is out. Our lawnmower tractor broke. The dishwasher broke. We didn't have that for a month. We got a new dishwasher. It worked for maybe a week. Then we had to get a new motor for it. Now it works sometimes when it feels like it. If you press the buttons too fast, it gets confused, and then you have to let it sit for 8 hours before it'll reset and you could use it again. The check engine light on my car went off this morning. What else? It's just been one thing after the other. So, it is what it is, right? It's okay. Life happens. God provides. Okay. Bridget, you're making a fox using SSC, single crochet. What is that, SSC? Okay. So what's the SSC? I'm blanking on. Slip. No, usually that has an L. S, single crochet. Don't know that one off the top of my head. A fox. Oh, split. Okay. Split single crochet. I don't use that one very much. Yeah, Denise, when it rains, it pours. It's okay because the sun is out and it should stop raining soon because it's done nothing but rain. No, that's not true. That's not true. I was going to say it's done nothing but rain in my life for the last several months, but that's not true because my daughter graduated from high school, and that's a wonderful thing. And she's off safe in South Korea. That's a wonderful thing. Patrick is finishing up the school year. That's wonderful. He's going on a trip. Fantastic. Linda, you're working on another shawl. Good. Oh, I still want to show you Carlene's Valentine's shawl that she made from the crochet along from my gift to you all at Valentine's Day. Janet, you just finished the Earl Janina shawl, working on a purse. I'll have to research that and see if I can see what that looks like. That sounds really good. I don't know. Oh, Hobie's now sleeping on the back of the couch. Should I show him to you? Do you guys want to see him? He needs a haircut because it's been a while. So let's see if I can find him for you. There he is, my little fuzzy boy. Sleeping like an angel. And then Theo's still back there on the windowsill, and Minnie is probably down the basement where it's cooler. Okay. Oh, just finished. The round throw. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, round throw with double crochet. Excellent. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, crochet wise, design wise, I don't know what I'm in the mood to make. Like I was making that pink scarf and I've kind of lost interest. I kind of want to finish it. I kind of don't. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. I want to work on her off the college blanket. Do some nice, boring, therapeutic, rhythmic stitching for a while. There's some knitting that I'd like to do. I would like to design something, I think. I miss designing. I haven't designed anything in a while. I would like to have a project that I make and finish. That would make me feel good and productive, I think, and make me feel like I'm back a little bit more. So I will just continue to try and work and go with my inspiration and be productive and get back into life. I'm trying to kind of rest and get back into running again since I ran a lot at the beginning of May, and then I've not really run much since. So do I have knitting tutorials? I have a couple, Bridget, yes. So there is a knitting playlist on my channel, and it's got just a few videos, and they are the cast on and the knit and purl stitch, and I don't recall if there's how much other stuff is on there, but I'm definitely planning to do more knitting tutorials. Never fear though, crochet is my first love, and you will always be able to tell that crochet is the main content of this channel, but there will be more knitting content as an adjunct to the crochet coming up. So yes, Bridget, there is a few knitting tutorials on here, and there will be more. And that reminds me that there's a couple projects I'd like to work on in the knit arena soon. And so much to do. So little times, but now I have some time. Now I'm back to having some time, I think, I hope. So now that my stepdad is stable and the kids are both in a good spot, you know, work is going to slow down a little bit over the summer because I work for a school, and so they'll need me a little bit less over the summer, and I can do more work from home, which will be great. And then I'm hoping to add more hours in the fall. Mara will be going away to college in the fall, and I would like to add more work hours, more income hours, and so I hope to really, I really hope to build a lot on the YouTube channel this summer between now and August 15th or so, when I go back to working with the school more. Let's see, yay, crochet is your love, but I do want to do more knitting. Haven't seen one that's haven't done in years. Yeah, so I agree. Crochet is my first love. It's the language that I know best. And then I want to expand my knitting skills and share more knitting with you. I think knitting has a lot to offer that crochet doesn't, and crochet has a lot to offer that knitting doesn't, and they could both be really good friends. And so I want to have both on the channel, and then we can go from there. So I don't know what else is going on. But I guess in talking with you guys, my little therapy session here, I really would like to design. Oh, I know what I want to design. I want to design some hats and mitts and stuff for Mara to wear off at college. And so those patterns I'd like to share with you. And then you can make them in your school colors or your kids' school colors, or whatever colors you like best, but they'll be for everyone. But the purpose of them is to help me build her hat and mitts wardrobe and scarf wardrobe for when she goes away to college. So that's my way, part of my way of celebrating her achievements. You were taught to knit when you were taught to crochet at age 5, but your hands don't work well knitting, so crochet is your love. That makes sense. So some people just knitting can be kind of heavy on the arms. If you're loaded up with stitches, it can be kind of heavy, and so sometimes that doesn't always work well with people's hands. And then just depending on how you feel, one craft or the other sometimes is easier. I know with crochet, you tend to maybe twist more, and that can be painful on some people, the twisting motion, and knitting is less twisting. So yeah, you have to do what works for you, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, oh boy. So let's see, what else? I guess I could actually sit here and crochet since I'm just talking about crochet. So I appreciate you guys just being, you guys have been so wonderfully patient with me. I really am pleasantly happy and surprised and somewhat shocked because, you just hear about like, well, if I'm not making new content, that you guys are all just going to abandon me on YouTube and find other sources of content. And I'm really grateful to see so many of you here today, and I appreciate it. And so I very much want to make more content for you. It's a lot of fun for me, and I appreciate getting to know all of you better. And so thanks. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Life happens. So you bought some bear yarn and you're going to try your hand at dyeing it. Some plain yarn, some white or bear yarn, and you're going to try your hand at dyeing it. That would be fun. So a couple years ago, during the summer, the kids and I got plain fiber, and we Kool-Aid dyed yarn, and that was a lot of fun. I don't know if I ever used it. So bye, Adele. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I won't lose you. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Yeah. Oh, thank you. ICU to hospice, back to a nursing home instead of hospice. Like prayers are working, so I appreciate that. So yeah, I want to, I like you guys and miss you. It's been really hard to be without you. I felt bad not being part of your YouTube experience, and I'm excited to make more content again for you. I love it every single time I see views on my videos. It just makes my day. The comments make me so happy. So yeah, I'm in, folks. You guys aren't losing me. I just needed to take a break, and now I need to be back. So I'm grateful to have you all here and checking in with me. So I just need to make some plans for what I want to do next. Now that a lot of the basic videos are done, I need to prepare a little bit more for each video, which is no problem, fine with me. You all seem to like the live streams. I appreciate having the conversations with you like this, so we'll keep doing those. I'd really, again, like to get on a schedule, but the schedule has been hard. Maybe through the summer I'll be able to get like, Tuesday mornings and Wednesday nights or something like that to do some live streams on a regular basis. So I'll have to look at the calendar and see what I can figure out. And we'll just keep going, shall we? That's what life's all about. Just got to keep swimming. It actually crossed my mind this morning that this trip to South Korea for my daughter was very much a kind of a sink or swim. Grow up, sink or swim, manage it or don't. And she's really swimming, and I'm so thrilled. I'm so grateful that she told me she could do it, and I knew she could, but at the same time, the worried mom part of me was like, I don't know, it's so hard to let your girl go across the world by herself. And she just turned 18, and it's so hard to just trust and to just let go. But she's the right kind of kid for this. And she's swimming. She's doing great. I'm so proud and excited for her. I don't think I could have done it at 18. I don't think I could have done it at 20 or 25. Like, you know, she's got what it takes to do this. And so I need to support her, you know, have to. So it's either encourage her to fly or she's going to fly without me. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Like, I'd rather be there to help her as much as possible. Yeah. I mean, really, at 18, I know how badly she wanted to travel. And I really felt like my options were encourage her, support her, protect her, or she's going to do it without me. So I thought I'd better find a way to get this done for her. And thank you, Adele. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Janet. Absolutely. But I think it's the right thing to do for her. Now, my son, he's not as interested in going around the world by himself and figuring it out. You know what I mean? So I will try and support him with what he needs, knowing that what he needs is something different than what she needs, and that's fine because they're different people. So I'm going to parent them differently. They're not the same kid. So they have different needs. So we will just see what he needs when he needs it, and I will do my best to provide it, and then get out of the way. I will just try and, I mean, isn't that a parent's job to just like make them so that they don't need you anymore? That's tough. That's a tough lesson, isn't it? I look back and I went away to college at 17. Now, not a big deal. I mean, this is not like I went around the world. I was like an hour and a half away from my mom. It was like not that bad. But still, back then, we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have find friends on the internet. And we didn't have, I had to call long distance with a 16-digit calling card to call home an hour and a half, so it's I don't know how my mom let me go so easily and so gracefully. And it wasn't really letting me go, but I think I only called my mom like once a week. And now when I look back at that and I'm thinking, oh, my kid better, she'd better text me. She'd better message me once a day. I'd really like to be in touch with her at least every other day. I can't imagine only hearing from my kid once a week. That'd be really hard. So I don't know how my mom did it. I don't know how she did it. I do remember that when I was in college, every semester when I got my new schedule, my new class schedule, that I would send her a copy of it. And I do remember my mom had my class schedule pinned to her bulletin board of her desk at the office so that she could always see oh, Ellen is in, ceramics, or Ellen is in, social justice, or Ellen is in, whatever class I was in at the time. And I know that helped her to kind of visualize, where I was and what I was doing, and probably made that a little bit easier for her. So I will try and do that with my kids too. But it's pretty amazing how, we're kind of helicopter parents these days. But at the same time, the reverse is true. I feel like, yes, I keep track of them more than my mom kept track of me, but I'm also asking them to stay in touch with me more than I stayed in touch with my mom. Now, I kind of regret a lot of that now that I didn't get my mom for very long. So she died when I was 24. And I missed out on a lot of time with her, but at the same time, you just do the best you can at the time and hope for the best, and try and be grateful for every moment that you have. And so we'll see what happens. At least at this moment, my kid is happy. Both of them are happy. So life is good. Yep, times are very different, Janet. That is so true. So anyway, I try to have trust. It was really interesting. I went to the cell phone store last week after, well, before graduation, last week I went to the cell phone store and I just wanted to talk over our calling plans with them because Mara's in Seoul and Patrick is going to be in the Mediterranean for 2 weeks. So I just needed to kind of get a sense for, are they going to be able to call? How much is it going to cost? What's the best plan for them? And is it the best plan for both of them, or does one need a different plan than the other? So I went and I was talking to the guy, and the guy there was really interesting. He was kind of a hippie guy, which is fine, no big deal. But he made an interesting comment to me that really stuck with me. So I was telling him about, Mara's going to be in Seoul for a month, and the other young lady working there said, wow, that's really brave. I can't imagine my parents letting me go. And the hippie guy, I guess that's just kind of, I don't know, not politically correct. The young guy with long hair who looked kind of carefree. Let's say that. He made a comment about, he said something like, wow, that is really a high faith opportunity. And it stuck with me that, yeah, I have to put a lot of faith in this summer, faith in my kid, faith in God. Like, this is a high faith endeavor this summer. There's a lot of faith going on right now. And I thought that was really astute of him to be aware that, yeah, this is a whole, ride the roller coaster with both hands in the air kind of thing, and I hate roller coasters. I really hate roller coasters. But this summer is a very much a ride the roller coaster with both hands in the air experience for me. Like, holding on is not going to help, not going to make a difference. This is a high faith summer. You got to let go. Sammy always said, don't worry about me, Mom. I tell him I always will. Yes, Jane, totally. So, okay. Oh, yeah, Bridget. Yeah, the Line app, absolutely. Yeah, you use it with your daughter in Taiwan, texting and videos. Yes. When they're on Wi-Fi, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, the Line app. We use that. Mara was actually dating a guy who, dating a Japanese guy, and they dated for 2 years, and probably a year of that he was back in Japan. The first year he was here, and the second year he was back in Japan, and they used the Line app. And then I had the Line app for a long time too, with them. So, but now she's on her own. And guess who's coming around wanting to get back with her? No, don't think so. It's time for her to see the world before she makes any decisions. So, yeah, she needs to expand her horizons a little bit. Your husband said unplug the dishwasher and plug it back in. That should reset it. Thank you, Dana. I will do that. I know. So we hosted Easter here, and I did not have a dishwasher. And then we just hosted Mara's graduation party here this past week on the 19th. And where was I going with that? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've been so distracted. The 19th, we had her party here. What was I going to say about the dishwasher regarding her party? Oh, sorry, friends. Maybe I'm a little ADD too. I don't know. I had to hide all my stuff. So I was like in the cleaning frenzy, and I hid, or not, I put away the dishwasher manuals. And so I need to get them back out again and read them, because I never read them the first time because Tom was handling all of that. So yes, that's a good hint, Dana. And I will certainly try and figure that out, and also to read the manual and see if there's any hints about resetting it. So I'm just not impressed with this dishwasher. But the buttons are not really buttons. It's just like a flat touch thing, and you have to push the buttons before you shut the door on the dishwasher. But if you can't slam the door because then it like all the buttons turn off, but you have to like let the door go and it kind of clicks and it doesn't feel like it's real secure, but then it is. So it's been really hard to get used to. I like slamming the door. I like slamming the door a little bit, making sure it's latched, and this, you can't do that. So anyway, I have issues. So I need to read the manual and see what I need to do to get this dishwasher to be a little bit more compliant with my lifestyle. Dana, you drive with a check engine light on. Your husband has cleared the codes, but they come back on. It's the car manufacturer's way of getting you into the shop. Dana, thank you for saying that, because did I tell you all the rest? So in addition to my stepdad being sick and my sisters flying up and Mara graduating from high school and the dishwasher going out and Mara going to Seoul and exam week for Patrick, Mara had a car accident. Now she's okay, but she was rear-ended. And so I did not take her to the emergency room that morning because I literally was on my way to hospice when my stepdad was being transferred to hospice that moment. Like I was like on my way. Patrick volunteered to come with me and I was on my way to Dayton to help my stepfather who was going into hospice that morning when Mara was rear-ended on her way to school. So we diverted, went and took care of her. She was okay. Just the back bumper was messed up. I opted not to take her to the emergency room. Her car was drivable. We followed her to school, made sure she was okay there. And then we went to Dayton to be with my stepdad. Well, she was fine. She was fine. She was fine. And then of course her neck starts hurting, right? So, then, she's okay. She's okay though. Like luckily we have a chiropractor who I really love. And so, he has been helping her out. But then I didn't take her to the emergency room. I know I should have, but it just, the timing was so bad that I had to triage. And so I opted to take care of my stepfather that hour, that minute instead. And so, anyway, so her neck is okay, but then she had the car accident, and then the check engine light on my car came on that morning too. And I'm like, I can't deal with it. So I drove the car with the check engine light on, and it was orange for like 2 weeks. And I'm just like, triage, do not have the energy or time or motivation or anything for this right now. We've got to do other things. So then the check engine light went off. And it's been off for like 2 weeks, and it came back on today. So Dana, I think you're right. But still, I have more time now, like things are settling down a little bit. So I intend to take it to at least have the code read at least as soon as possible. And that'll probably have to be like Wednesday of this week because I just can't get to it. And if the check engine light is only on orange and not red, maybe it's not so bad. So, oh, the angels of God, angels of cars, please help me, So, that sounds like yours. Does it have 3 racks? Oh my goodness. You mean the dishwasher? 2. It has 2. Chris, you're relating to this right now. Your daughter just graduated last Thursday from our community college. Excellent. The next day she was offered a job different than her plans for last 5 years or longer. Oh, wow. Yeah. So she was offered a job different than her plans for the last 5 years or longer. Interesting. Well, I don't know. It's so hard because, I have a master's degree in counseling, and I actually did that for a few years, and now I don't do that at all, and I don't even have my license anymore. And so it's like, I spent all this time and money pursuing a degree that I don't even use anymore. I guess I kind of do. It adds to my knowledge base to help me with my family, but I don't profit from it at all. So was it a waste to get those 7 years of college? I don't know. But it's really hard to study something and then go a completely different path, counseling, crochet. Because then it feels like, well, gee, was all that time just wasted? And it's like, well, no, I guess it's not wasted, but it certainly is not what I had planned. And so even the job I'm working now, which is social media, like, it's not what I had planned, but I enjoy the job, but it's, a bird in the hand kind of thing, because crochet certainly is not profitable right now. So am I selling out? Probably a little bit, but I also have to feed my family. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But I have no idea, Chris. I hope that she finds, oh, her boyfriend might be influencing her too. Okay, that's a whole nother ball game, isn't it? Yeah, I tell ya. We just want them to be true to who they are, our kids, pursue their true passions, live life with no regrets, but at the same time, live a life that they can feel proud of in the end. Can you see Theo? Look at him. Can you see him? Look at him. His head is like hanging over the backside here. That's hilarious. I gotta take a picture. I cannot believe he's hanging out the window like that. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll post this photo in a few minutes. I'll post it now. So I am the Ellen Gormley on Instagram. So hilarious. So let me post this photo. Oh, this kitty. So funny. Just hanging out. Oh my gosh, so funny. So on Instagram, I am the Ellen Gormley, and I'm posting this photo right now. He's so hilarious. So here's from my vantage point. Look at his little head hanging out there. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, sorry, distracted yet again. I can't find any scissors. That's where I'm also, I wanted a pair of scissors. Oh, there's one. There's scissors everywhere. Letting go is hard. Yeah, absolutely. But you don't want them to be like holding on to the opinions of other people, whether it be boyfriends or girlfriends or, people who maybe don't have their best interest quite at heart, or people who have kind of their own opinion about what should be going on. And yeah, we just want them to be true to themselves and be happy and follow their bliss and their ambition and, make a life for themselves. Good thing I got the photo when I did, huh? I probably distracted him. So it is hard. Yeah, so it's hard. So hopefully your daughter, Chris, comes to the right conclusion for her, whatever that might be, right? We just want them to be happy. So what else is going on? So the other thing, back to my story. So she had the car accident, and she was reasonably okay. I had to go take care of my stepdad that day, and that ended up being okay. And then full disclosure, I'm not a perfect parent. So she had gotten her cartilage pierced up here, twice. And I signed for it. I admit it, because she was under 18. And I'm like, sure, why not? It's your money. It's your ear. You have to take care of it. You did the research. Yeah, I'll sign for it, because you want that. And I don't know. It's not that permanent. It'll be all right. Okay, we'll do it. Sure. So I signed the thing for her to do it. The day she had the car accident, she was, and my stepdad was sick, her grandpa was sick and stuff. Well, she was upset. It's an upsetting kind of day. Well, apparently she was playing with it or something, her earrings, and they had looked really good, but they got infected overnight. So Thursday, they looked great. Friday, they were inflamed, like so infected that she said the air from the vent in the car blowing on it hurt. I'm like, oh my God. Like we do not have enough going on right now. Like really, like right now, really, your ear really cannot wait. So I didn't take her to the emergency room for the car accident, but I took her to the pediatrician for the ear. So I get her to the pediatrician. The pediatrician says, oh, this is the third bad earring we've had this week. I'm like, for real? She's like, but I don't have the tools to take the earrings out. You'll have to go to the emergency room. So yes, I had her in the emergency room to get the earrings out. Those were really expensive earrings, as it turns out. Now that not only did we have to pay for them, well, she paid for them, but then I had to pay the emergency room bill to get them out. Yay. So I'm like, oh my gosh, can anything else go wrong? So I should have had them. It was literally the day after the car accident. So I literally should have had them do an x-ray of her back while I was at the emergency room for the ear. But I didn't because her back wasn't that big of a problem the next day. It wasn't until like 4 or 5 days later that it became a problem. So yes, he was learning lots of lessons along this journey too. It's not my kid. It's oh, Hobie. Shh. Hobie. It's okay. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying there. Yeah, all we can do is pray for them and be a sounding board. Absolutely. Yeah. You heard that infections are not unusual in that part of the ear, but the timing of it, yeah, totally. So, but it had been looking so good, and she had been doing a great job taking care of it, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. So a friend of mine, her husband is a doctor, but they live far away. And so when I told her what had happened with the ear, she's like, oh my gosh, send my husband a photo of the ear once a day, every day for the next week. And I'm like, okay, like he's a doctor. I guess he's curious. I didn't ask for advice. I was just like, here it is. So I sent her the photo, and the emergency room people were so hilarious, and they did great, and they got him taken out, and they got her all cleaned up and everything. And she was in a lot of pain. And she got an antibiotic for it and stuff. And so like pretty instantly it looked better. Like the next day it looked better. The next day after that, it looked even better. And I sent photos to my friend, the doctor, and he was like, okay, good. So like maybe a week later, she tells me, yeah, my husband was really worried because that kind of infection is really dangerous and she could have lost the tip of her ear. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Like, I had no idea. But see, it was my fault for not researching it. Maybe. Well, luckily it all worked out okay. So Hobie is upset right now. Hey, it's all right. Because he doesn't like the garbage cans, and today was garbage day. And so the neighbor drove their little like four-wheeler tractor thing up the driveway to get the garbage cans. And they drive the little tractor thing and pull the garbage cans behind them. And that's what they're doing. I can hear them taking the garbage cans back to their house from the curb. Hey, and Hobie doesn't like garbage cans. So that's why he's freaking out, because he hears the neighbor driving the garbage cans back to their house. Shh. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. So anyway, so this like all happened in the last 6 weeks. The car accident, the emergency room to the ear, the emergency room visit for the ear. Oh no, here comes I guess they couldn't get all their trash cans on the first pass, so now they have to go back and get the other one. My stepdad with ICU and hospice and then back out again, graduation, baccalaureate, exams, trip to Seoul for Mara, exams tomorrow for Patrick, trip to Europe for Patrick on Saturday. Like, who are we? Like, who are we? Like, we are not the kind of people who go gallivanting around the world. You know, like, I've never been out of the country. I mean, I guess when I went on a Bahamas cruise for our first anniversary 20 years ago. Hey, oh my gosh. But, I mean, and we've been to Toronto for a wedding once, one weekend. Like, we drove and went to the wedding and came back. It's like not a big deal. So I never, and then after that, the only time I'd ever been out of the country was Ireland, when I took readers from Crochet magazine when I was the editor. When we went to Ireland in 2016, the kids came with us. So, like, the first time I'd been to, like, across an ocean was 2016. Like, I was like 40 something. So the fact that the kids are like, I've already been to Ireland, and Mara's now in South Korea, and Patrick's going to the Mediterranean. It just absolutely blows my mind, the opportunities that these kids have that I never had. And I mean, it's not convenient. It's not cheap. And so we've been like, you know, but you only live once, and God provides, and let's do it, and it's good for them. So I'm making it happen. But wow, like, I don't know how they got this life, but I'm happy for them. So I just remember wanting to go on my high school trip to Spain with Spanish class, and I didn't get to go because it was too expensive. But, you know, I guess that's part of why I'm letting them go, because I never got to go. So anyway, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I guess that's my tale of woe, you all, and I probably should quit talking your ear off and using you all for my therapy session. But I am so grateful that you guys have hung in there with me, and I'm grateful that you've hung in there with me and continue to view and watch and subscribe. So thank you so much. Bridget and I, when I get a chance, Bridget, let's talk some more about the retreat in October, and I have some ideas for swag for you all, and I plan on having all of my books present there, and teaching some, and yeah, totally want them to do more than I did. So absolutely. Yeah, I want to, see what you guys need in terms of learning and lessons. I want to provide a couple patterns for you for the retreat. I want to provide friendship and fun and relaxation and bonding for you guys with each other. I want to get to know you better myself and be there with you and experience it myself, the community. And so I want to do it, but just try and make it happen. So it's hard to commit to anything right now because it feels like life is so uncertain. Mara will be going away to college in August, and who knows what will happen day to day, but let's keep working on it. And so today I'm going to, maybe I'll make some lists today while I crochet a bit with my feet up, and my chocolate chip cheesecake that I made for Mara's birthday that she got 2 pieces of because I let her have a piece before her birthday, and then on her birthday, then she left for Seoul the next day. So she got 2 pieces out of her chocolate chip cheesecake. And Tom and Patrick don't eat cheesecake. So guess who's been eating cheesecake every single day? Guess who had it for breakfast? So I guess I'm consoling myself with chocolate chip cheesecake. Anyway, thank you all so much. I'm going to make some lists while I work on my crochet with my feet up, and maybe another cool water and a piece of cheesecake. And I will see you next time around. Or maybe I'll make a cheesecake for the retreat. I love the baked cheesecake, and Mara said this one was my best one ever. So maybe I will make a cheesecake for the retreat. That'd be a lot of fun. I'll put that on my to-do list. Hey, Bridget, take a note. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again so much for coming. I appreciate it. And thanks for interacting with each other. And happy Memorial Day. Yes, grateful for all of our military men and women across the world, especially those who've given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, so that I can send my kid to South Korea without fear, and send my kid to the Mediterranean without fear, because I know our military has are back. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye.